All right, let's see here. Alrighty. Well, it is still technically morning. What is it, 11:25? We got most of our permits. We got most of our permits. We are exempt because of what we're carrying and our size. So we are exempt from needing a permit. Here in South Carolina. So I got my Georgia permit. I'm unfortunately not able to go into North Carolina. They're not. They're apparently they're not doing anything today. So we're not going into Georgia.
Turn into first and onto Cousin Brown.
We're not going into North Carolina through the gorge on I-40, a little bit west of Asheville. We are not going that way. So we got routed to go down into Georgia, which is a little bit further distance to travel. So, that's, it is what it is.
Bear right onto I-85 south toward Greenville.
So we got to go down I-85 into Georgia. We're going to make a quick little pit stop there at Fairplay. There's a Love's right before the border. We'll pop in there. We'll check our load real quick. Then we'll head into Georgia on I-85, down to 285 around Atlanta.
Highway onto I-85 south.
then we can't go north unless that's what the permit says. The permit says we have to go south on 285, so we got to go around the south side of Atlanta, back up to I-75 on the north side of Atlanta. So we got to go the long way around the city. Now I think that's probably due to all the construction going on in Dahlonega and every places like that. We are oversized. We're at 9'6", or 1 foot over legal size. So that's why we need permits. Gee, thanks, pal. Thanks for getting in my lane. I appreciate it. You know, turn signals would have helped. Staying in your own lane helps. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. And I only got all these big flashy lights and banners and flags flapping all over the damn place. My lights are on. No reason for you to be in my lane. Lord. Like I said, no permit needed here in South Carolina. What I'm carrying and the width being what it is, we're exempt from that. So we can just roll. Georgia, we have our permits. Like I said, we got 85 to 285 all around the south and west side up to I-75. Then take that north. Which is kind of stupid, but that's the way it is. We're going to pop in at Emerson. And then it's up straight up I-75 to Chattanooga to get on I-24 all the way up to I-40. We got to take Briley Parkway around Nashville. Get back on I-40. We're going to head out to, what is that, Tennessee 412. That's what it said. Let's see. We got to get on Tennessee 412. Yeah, you got US 412. Well, see, I-75 to 24 to I-840, back onto I-40, US 412 to I-155, which will take us into Missouri. So, we got, it's not a straight shot, so we still got to get up Monteagle. So we got a little further ways to go than desired. Like I said, I-85 at the South Carolina line, 95B onto 285 West, 285 West exit 20, 285 Southwest, I-75 Northwest, I-24. And I-24 there in that little bit of spot there in Tennessee dips back into dipping back into Georgia for about 4 miles. So this piece of equipment we're moving, 15,000 pound weight, nowhere near overweight. I mean, basically it's a small track driven dump truck, not wheels, but crawler tracks. Okay, so I wanted to come down here, get onto I-26, and then take that up into Asheville, I-40, all the way over to Nashville, I-24, up into Illinois to St. Louis, and straight across 70, but not going to happen. We got to go a little bit more south because North Carolina's not going to issue permits, so we got to dip into Georgia. We're heading straight down here to Fairplay first. We're going to stop at that Love's. We're going to check our load. Then it's into Georgia. We're going to stop by Emerson real quick. So we were held up a little bit more than I wanted to be. I mean, we lost a good hour and a half for permits, and the loading process was not as quick as it should have been. They took a little bit longer getting this piece of equipment up on the truck. I mean, I could have done that myself, but rather slow. I mean, they were friendly and courteous and helpful, but just a bit on the slow side for my liking. But there ain't a thing I can do about that. So we just gotta, basically it's a grin and bear it type situation. So we're not getting into Tennessee, or we're not getting into North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. We're not direction of Missouri. We're going South Carolina down into Georgia, then Tennessee, then Missouri, and staying out of Kentucky altogether. And staying out of Illinois. So it's a little bit longer direction to go, but that's what we are allowed to do.
Speed limit reduced.
So we get around Greenville here. Like I said, just about an hour. We're stopping Fairplay. There's a Love's right there. We're going to pop in. We're going to check our load, make sure our chains are still tight. All of our banners and lights and everything else is still attached. But we are now on our way finally out to Colorado Springs, Colorado. So not too shabby a run. Pardon me. Good afternoon. It's not too bad today. I mean, it's a little on the humid side. It's saying around 89 degrees right now, which is not too hot, but the humidity, that's the thing that's getting me. Sister Lynn, how you doing? Helen, how you doing? How is the good old UK today? Like I said, we're heading out to Colorado with this load. 9 foot 6 inches wide, so we're 1 foot over legal. So we are working on permits. And we are currently mile marker 65, I-85 southbound. We're heading in here in South Carolina, heading towards Georgia. We're going to go up into Tennessee, and over into Missouri, Kansas, and then Colorado. I'm still waiting for my Colorado permit. I have an annual permit for Kansas that's still active until October the 1st. We have our Georgia, we have our Tennessee, we have our Missouri. We still need Colorado. So that's the only thing that's going to hold me up getting to where I need to be Monday morning. But I should be in Colorado Saturday night. There should be really no reason why I cannot be out in Colorado by Saturday night. Ready. So, like I said, we pretty much were about 8:30. We got to our shipper. We left there. We left around 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's a little bit. I thought an hour would have been sufficient, but kind of wasn't. So 9 o'clock we got there, but we really didn't get out of there until after 10, and it was almost an hour to wait for permits. Thank you, appreciate it. So we had a little bit of a wait, not too. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't 24 hours like when we came out of California. We had a 24-hour delay for permits, but because North Carolina was not going to do what they should be doing for having the permit office open, or just not issuing permits. Period. I don't know what the deal is with North Carolina, but it just is what it is. It flew over us. Yeah, there was a plane up there. No problem, Helen. No problem. So we got a good 1,700 miles, just about out to total for the trip out to Colorado Springs. It's almost noon here on Thursday. Uh, we're going to see where we can get to, as far as sundown is concerned today. I basically got about 8 hours that I can drive today. So we'll be driving a bit later than I want to normally, but I would like to make as much distance today as I possibly can. If I can do about 400 miles for the remainder of the day, I'll consider that somewhat successful. We're probably not going to get stopped till around 7 p.m., 7:30 roughly. mean, if I can get to like Lebanon, Tennessee, a little bit east of Nashville, I think that'd be okay, man. I might be pushing a little bit to try to get to there, but if I can get there, I'll consider that successful. See, it's about from where I started to Emerson, Georgia. That's about 230 miles right there, roughly, by the route I have to take. So that's about 4 hours to get there. So not exactly going to be easy peasy, but we'll see. We will see. And of course, I got to get up to Chattanooga, I-24, follow that all the way up to Nashville, and then out to Missouri. But well, I guess Lebanon's probably out of the way. Yeah, Lebanon's further back out of the way. Yeah. I'll just have to see what's on the map where I can stop. Oh, very last second you put on your flashers, the turn signal. That's not the proper way to drive. That's what we call incompetence. When you're at the top of your on-ramp, that's where you put your signal on. The very start of the on-ramp is where you put your signal on. Not at the very last 25 feet when you're trying to merge at the last second. That's not where you put your turn signal on. Oh, Lord. And we're slowing down here for congestion because some people obviously don't know how to drive. Expect delays. Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. Oh, Lordy B, Lordy B. Okay, well, that's the fun and excitement of trucking. Like I said, it's just the route I wanted to take, I'm not able to take. So where I can stop at the end of today is up in the air a little bit. It's all depending on how far I can drive with curfews, speed limits, roads I must take, and what's available along the road and where those truck stops are available. Like I said, when I get here to Playfair, check my load, make sure all my paperwork is in order. So when I cross into Georgia, I won't have any problems. I have no way stations until Georgia. The only way station that is in South Carolina is only northbound, no southbound way station.
miles, take exit 51 on the right, onto I-85 south toward Greenville.
Ah, lovely, lovely. Could ride a little closer to that wall. Leave my lane to me. We're going to stay here on 85. We're not going to be getting off 385 to go around. There's absolutely no reason for me to do that.
In half a mile, take exit 51 on the right, onto I-85 south toward Greenville.
And then, because what it's going to do is it's going to send us over there, and then dump us right back onto this side here. It's like, no.
Take the first exit on the right, onto I-85 south.
See, it's going to tell me to get back on I-85. So
Keep left onto I-85 south toward Woodring Road.
it doesn't do much good to always be so adherent to what the GPS says. GPS doesn't always get it right. So this is one of those places where you just got to ignore it. Yeah, right. Bing bong. All right, so about 47 miles down here to Fairplay. We're going to get off at exit 4. There's a Love's right there that we're going to check our load at. Make sure everything is riding correctly. The chains are tight. We're good to go. Wish this guy would do the would just do the speed limit. That'd be nice. All right, so on out to Colorado. Back over here in the this lane here. University, Greenville Tech College, which is those buildings there on the some of those buildings out here on the left-hand side. All right, so last night we made some 85% accurate beef bourguignon last night. I got 2 big servings or 3 medium servings of that remaining in the Instapot. So we'll heaten that up, have that again tonight. That Mercedes gotten some oomph. It's also got turn signals. Please use them. Of course, not going to, but there you go. All right, get past Greenville here. And we're just going to keep on rolling down the road. Like I said, it's noon here on Thursday. We'll see how far into Tennessee I can get today. Friday, I should be able to get all the way through Missouri and a pretty good ways through Kansas. A fairly decent way through Kansas. Colby at a bare minimum, I think, Friday afternoon. I think I should be able to get to Colby at a bare minimum tomorrow evening. Saturday, I don't think there's any reason why I should not be able to get to Monument. Depending on what way that Colorado routes me, I should be able to get to, if they route me the way I think they're going to, I should be able to get to Monument for the weekend. No, Saturday night, all of Sunday. They'll leave from there Monday morning. I don't think that should be a problem. We'll see. I mean, that's all we can do. We'll find out what is and is not possible as we go along. I'm not one of those people that plans it out to the exact letter, to the smallest degree, and then get all upset that it doesn't happen. I mean, yeah, I mean, would I like it to have it a certain way? Yes. Do I like it when the plans are forcibly changed? No. But it's gonna happen, so why worry about it? Why cry about it that much? But we'll just make do. Well, plans are gonna change, so we got to adapt to it. The way I wanted to take would have been a lot smoother. I know that particular way a lot better than coming the way I'm coming. I know this way somewhat decently, but west of Nashville going into Missouri, that particular section, I don't know. Mother F trucker, how you doing? Mr. Scott, how you doing? John, how you doing? I do not have a John Deere on. I have a Bergman C912S swivel tip track carrier. Basically a track, not a wheeled, little mini dump truck where the dump body, the dump bed can turn side to side. So it doesn't have wheels, it has tracks, weighs about 15,000 pounds, 9 foot, 6 inches wide. And that on out to good old Colorado Springs. Listen, the closer I can get to Nashville, or even better yet, the other side of Nashville, I'll be happy. But we will see what is possible. Now, a lot of that is dependent upon what the permits allow, for the speed we're allowed to drive at, for the curfews that are in place, when we have to stop for the night, or if we can drive into the night, or start up earlier in the morning. We have to also abide by what roads we're allowed to be on, or we are directed to be on. So here in South Carolina, because we fall into a certain category for the piece of equipment that we're carrying and its overall size, i.e. its width, we do not need a oversized permit. So We're good for that. Georgia, we have a single trip permit in Georgia. I-85 onto 285. We got to go around the south side of Atlanta, the south and west side of Atlanta, to get back up to I-75. So we got to go past the airport to get over to I-20, or actually 20, which is I-75 northwest bound. So we got to go the long way around Atlanta, up I-75 into Tennessee. Tennessee, we got to go I-75 to I-24. And if you know I-24 west of Chattanooga, we also got to dip back into Georgia on the I-24 for like 4 miles. We'll take that up to Nashville. We're going to get on I-840, then on to I-40, US 412 to I-155. That'll take us into Missouri. And then Missouri has its direction it wants me to take. I think there's a couple of detours off the main road, off the interstate that I have to take in Missouri. I'm not going to worry about that today. When I read my Missouri permit, then I'll worry about that. But I'm not going to enter Missouri today, so kind of out of sight, out of mind. I got the permit, so we're good to go. All permitted loads with or without transponders must stop at every way station. I got to sign my Georgia permit. I'm not going to sign it until I stop here at Fairplay in about just 34 miles. And unfortunately, we're stuck at 60 miles an hour at the moment. Because that's the old speed limit. Ah. All right. Excuse me. Man. But like I said, tonight, I'm looking forward to some leftovers. The beef bourguignon, which is available in many different recipes. But I go by the Better Homes and Gardens version as my base for the recipe. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to get a real 100% from France authentic Burgundy wine. I got a Pinot Noir, which is the same exact grape, made in the same exact process, the same exact conditions, whatnot. But because it's not from the Burgundy region in France, it cannot be called Burgundy. But for all intents and purposes, it is like champagne. It can be sparkling wine. It can be Asti Spumante, whatever. It's still the same exact thing, but just can't be called champagne. Just like Roquefort cheese has to be made in Roquefort. If it's not from Roquefort, it's not Roquefort cheese. The same exact bacteria, the same exact fungus, the same exact type of milk, processes, way of making it, but those are the rules. So, yeah. Other than that, I had a small bottle of Pinot Noir. It worked just fine. There's a very, very slight difference. What are you doing? See, if you use turn signals and you actually drove, you might get on the highway a lot better. Still, no turn signal. Now he puts on a turn signal. See, if you were driving properly, I might have been courteous and let you get on, but you didn't want to drive. You didn't want to accelerate. You didn't want to look out your window, see what the traffic was. You didn't want to merge. You didn't want to use a turn signal. No obligation to give you anything. So I didn't. Driving is a simple, simple task. All right, so like I said, the only couple things that I did differently was I didn't brown the meat as long as I could have. 2, I didn't put any flour in there to thicken up the sauce, the soup part of it. 3, I could not find any pearl onions. The mushrooms that I did find at the Walmart were either too large, already cut up, or just looked absolutely disgusting. So I got none of the. I didn't get the pearl onions. I didn't get the mushrooms. I didn't put any flour in it to thicken the sauce up. So eh. I did not use a beef. I didn't use any beef stock. I used some sauteed onion stock, demi-glace, which I think was an improvement. So I'm going to be doing that from now on. I mean, it smells a hell of a lot better. It tastes a lot better. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I think there's enough beef from the meat already. But fresh thyme, had the wine, had plenty of garlic. I went just a tiny, tiny bit too heavy with the black pepper. Just like a 1 crank or 2 cranks of the pepper mill. Salt was okay. Salt might have been a little bit more. I could have used a little bit more onion, of course, because I didn't have the pearl onions in there, so I could have used a little bit more onion. I could have used definitely more carrots, but I only had two carrots to put in there. So, but other than that, 2.5, about almost 2 pounds of beef, nice large, 2-inch by 2-inch cubes. Plenty of water. Everything else, plenty of bacon, plenty of garlic. Maybe a little bit more time would have been good, but it worked. I mean, I was very, very satisfied with that. So when I stop tonight, what I'll probably do is I'll make a little bit of roux on the side, get that nice and thick, get that made properly, then put that into the soup and stir that all together, and that should work. And I did make a spelling error when I posted on the Facebook cooking group, Unapologetic Semi Kitchen. Instead of saying chuck roast, I put chick roast. And I got called on it. Of course, my sister's the first one to call me on it. I mean, I said I could have done chicken, but then it wouldn't be beef bourguignon. It'd be more coq au vin. So, basically chicken in, cock, a rooster, an old rooster in red wine. You know, that's basically the chicken variant of the same exact dish for the most part, which I may do. You know, Bing, we are not on the front road. We're not on that road to the right. It thinks I'm over there on Napoleon Road. It's like, no, we're nowhere near that. All right, so we got about 26 miles down here to exit 4. Quick load check. Read my Georgia permit real quick. Sign my Georgia permit, because if I don't sign the permit, it's not valid. So I got to make sure I sign it. Make sure I understand all the directions, so that I don't. So, because if I got onto I-285 and I turned north on the 285, or turned, went the wrong direction, I would have had some issues. There would have been some issues. But, that's why you got to read and understand and follow the directions that you're given on the permits. Because if I went the wrong way, and some DOT officer, some state highway patrol officer decides they want to inspect me just for the heck of it, and they look in my directions and they say, wait a minute, you're in the wrong place. Let's write you a fine for that. Let's write you a violation for that. I'm not exactly in the mood to deal with that kind of stuff. So I'll take a moment's time to make sure I'm going the correct direction on the correct road at the correct time at the correct speed. That way I can just go on through to where I need to go. So once I get here to Fair Play, so once I get to Fair Play here, I got about 126 miles, basically 2 hours to Emerson, Georgia. Then all the way to US 412. They're on the other side of Nashville, heading out to heading in right before you head into as you go past Nashville and start heading into Missouri. That's 340 miles past that. And then then it's just a matter of about a little about 1,500 miles, 1,050 miles after that, all the way to up in Colorado Springs. So as much as I can do today, try to get the next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, down to as close to 500 miles a day as possible. If I can do that, then I have nice, easy days out there. I still have plenty of time to do my reset for my hours of service. and then we can deliver first thing Monday morning without issue. And then by that time, I should already have another load to pick up. All right, so I think we can go 65 now, I think. I don't remember seeing a speed limit sign, but I thought it's about where I'm at. It gets up to 65. Yeah, there's a sign right there. Yeah, 65. So about another 20 minutes, we'll stop up here real quick. I have plenty of plenty of ice for drinks, water, Powerade. I mean, I'm going to stick with water for the rest of the day. Buc-ee's, 188 miles. They're in Calhoun. But we're just going to have a nice, easy drive out. No excitement. Nothing going wrong. We're just going to nice, easy drive. Just do the miles. Do my stops like I normally do. Make sure everything is safe and secure. All of our paperwork is good. And pray, keep the fingers crossed for no bad weather, no traffic issues, no accidents, nothing wrong with the truck. And hopefully we can go from there. Buc-ee's, 187, 187. I think that Buc-ee's up in Calhoun might be open now. I mean, I would like to go in there to see, but let's just say it might not be. Well, so my permit for Georgia is good to the 21st. Really? $327? That better be an annual permit for Tennessee. For Tennessee, $320 for a permit for Tennessee. I mean, come on. What up, dude? How you doing? Welcome to South Carolina. On our way out to Colorado. I think I may have been given an annual permit for Tennessee, because $320 for that permit, I don't know. I mean, we'll check to see what the dates on my Missouri permit are. I'm thinking I might take advantage of having to go the route I'm going. I might be able to take advantage of that and spend the night here at Emerson. I'm gonna see. I might change it up a little bit, taking advantage of being near my sister's house again. I might do that. I might just cut today a little bit shorter and make up those miles Friday, Saturday, and Monday. I think I might do that. I mean, that's. I am not approaching a railroad crossing. That's off to the side. That's not on the highway. You know, it's. I think I might do that. You could stay in your own lane there, pal. If you're not going to pass, don't be in that lane. There's no way that I'm that much heavier than you are that I can accelerate downhill like this. Oh, well, like I said, I think I might do that. Well, you know, yeah, I'll lose a little bit of time today. I'll lose the miles today. But it's not such a big loss of miles on today that I can't make it up this weekend, or on Friday and Saturday, and then also on Monday. I might do that. I mean, I said it's not my idea to send me down to Georgia. That was necessity of getting the load there. So I got to go. I'm going to stop there in Emerson anyway. I'll be there about 3 o'clock. So I should be able to get a parking spot without any issue. I think I might do that. It's like 1 day delay or less than half a day delay. About a third, not even maybe a third, quarter to a third of a day delay today. A little bit more driving on Friday, a little bit more driving on Saturday, and maybe a tiny bit more driving on Monday. Because I won't be able to deliver on Sunday, no matter what I do. So I'd still have to sit all day Sunday anyway. So why not? I have the freedom and the luxury to do that. maybe that would be a benefit to me. So I think I just might do that. So I'll give my lovely sister a call. Hey, guess what? You get to do. You get to come up and see me at Emerson and bring the stuff you didn't bring the last time. I think I'll do that. Yeah. When life gives you watermelon, throw it out and go get something you really like. See, I don't like that expression. When life gives you lemon, make lemonade. Well, you got to have sugar and water. So I'll take, and I can use lemons to make something even better than lemonade. So there you go. There you go. So I'll say, since I don't like watermelon, when life gives you watermelon, throw it out, make a hot fudge sundae. The Seneca River, Hartwell Reservoir. Yeah, it'd be nice to be out on that old boat right there, just having a good old time. Townville, Westminster. So just about 8 miles down here to exit 4. And we will see when we can actually enter into Georgia, which is half an hour after sunrise. So we got to take that into account. Since it's already half an hour after sunrise, we'll be good for that. But tomorrow morning, we got that same rule applies. So we're probably looking around 6:30, 6:30, 6:40 in the morning before I can actually leave tomorrow. And by the time we get up to Tennessee, that rule doesn't have any real bearing because we'll get all the way through Tennessee into Missouri tomorrow. Higginsville. Man, it should be no problem to get to Higginsville. They're in Missouri. We should not have a problem getting over to there by the end of the day tomorrow. I mean, if I can get past Kansas City, over near Topeka, if I can do that, that'd be preferable. That might be a little bit of a stretch to get past Kansas City. Let's see, on 4:35, when I get off on the Kansas 10, I believe there's a Walmart there in Olathe. I believe that Walmart has truck parking and designated truck parking, actual truck parking spots, if I remember correctly. And if that's the case, I'll get to there tomorrow night, I think. like I said, we're just going to play it by ear. Each day, where can I get to? What can I do? How's traffic rolling? How's the weather? Blah, 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 blah. And we'll make do. But like I said, we will deliver this on Monday before noon. So that should not be an issue. We will be sitting all day Sunday. We'll have a good long drive Saturday and Friday. We're gonna get down to about half an hour of drive time available Friday and Saturday. We're really gonna stretch it out 10.5 hours of driving as much as possible. We may not be staying at a pilot, Pilot Flying J overnight. Maybe staying at a rest area or a mom and pop, truck stop or a rest area. Doesn't really matter either way. The only requirement I truly have is that I have a good cell phone signal where I can talk to my wife at night and in the morning. That's all I need. I got everything else I need is on the truck. I have electricity. I have propane. I have water. I have food. If I can't get a shower, I have baby wipes. I have washcloths. If I need a baby wipe bath, I'll do that. But the only other requirement that I must have cell phone signal without question. I have to have. I have real issues. But for tonight, there is the St. Angelo's Pizza Bar and Grill right there at Lake Point Station there in Emerson. That would be perfect to have dinner. The beef bourguignon has my name on it, so that's what we'll be. That's what we'll be doing. So once I get here, read and sign my Georgia permit, check my load, call my sister, get to Emerson, park it for the night, get the stuff that she didn't deliver, the other day they're out in Villa Rica, Georgia. There's the Loves right there. See the old sign. Helen, you have a good day. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. You just have a good, safe evening, my friend. All right, downshift into 15th. Let the engine brake do all the work. 14, 13, under 30 miles an hour now. Down to 12 and 11, 15 miles an hour. Now And only now do I actually hit the actual brake pedal. We'll let this guy go by. This guy's moving a little bit faster than I wanted to have him moving, but like I said, Anderson County, South Carolina. Fair play. All right, so we got just about 2 hours, roughly. Let's see.
Turn at the first lift onto I-85.
It says 2 hours and 15 minutes, so just around 3 o'clock. There into Emerson. All right. See, this is smart. Put actual, markings on the road for people to actually, pay attention to, which is nice. What are you doing? Make up your mind what you're doing there, pal. Use your flashers so we all know what you're doing. Hey, you gonna park there? Okay, well, you gotta let people know. See, I got my four ways on, so this guy behind me knows what's going on. So this guy coming in, behind me, he will also know what's going on. There we go. Patience, please. I'm going as fast as I can for you, fellas. There we go. Everybody's a winner when we all be just a little bit more patient. There we go. You can't go anywhere until I'm out of the way. And none of you guys can get to the pumps because they're all full. So patience. All right, here we go. So we're going to get out a little book here. All right, so we're going to put this onto rest break. As soon as it comes around. Okay. The load check. Fair Play, South Carolina, Loves, I-85, exit 4. 344,392 miles, 183.6 for the day. And it is 12:52. Right. So now we're gonna say Georgia permit. We are good. We just need to sign it. Tennessee is a single trip permit. $40. Well, 320. Okay. About to say, I thought that was the payment, no, the miles. Tennessee is a single trip permit as well. Yes. So we're going to sign our permit here. Today is 8/12. '21. So our Georgia permit is now legal and valid. Oh, I actually don't have to go around the south side. Okay. I can actually go on the straight on the northeast side. Okay. Well, that helps. All right. Tennessee permit payment receipt. Put that at the back. Don't need that. Of course, you got to deal with Nashville. Blah 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 blah. Not dealing with Memphis. We're not going all the way to Memphis. Put that at the back. I don't need that. Worry about that. Missouri, single trip permit. I-155 at the border with Tennessee. I-55 north. US 61 north. US I-55. I-270. I-64. I-70. I-470. I-435. Going into Kansas. And I have a Kansas annual permit, so we're good for that. Two blank pages. I don't know where that came from, but let's see here. 1/2 hour before sunrise. Blah 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 blah. All right, so we are good for our permits. So we will say thank you for joining us. We are good all the way to the border with Colorado, which I'm going to check my emails to see if that Colorado permit's been sent. and we're going to see what we got to do. So thank you for joining me. God bless, and we'll see y'all later.